Greetings, entities and guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and welcome back to Cookie Run Kingdom, where what we're going to be doing is we're going to be dwelling back once again into the... Where's the story section? Where's the story section? How far away? Sheesh, they really crammed this away, didn't they? Yeah, it's all the way in the corner, right? Just above the Tropical Soda Island. Anyway, we're going to be going back into the Cookie Odyssey because we still have a lot more story to go through here. Even though we're on the last chapter of it, we still got some story that we need to go through. Which includes, we need to go ahead and fight into the back alley for whatever reason, which, did that have to do with Madeleine Cookie? I don't remember, but whatever the case is, we have to do that, and we also need to go take a visit into the Institute of Thaumaturgy, which this cutscene seems to take 18 quills. Luckily, we do have an absurd amount, having 999 plus, so we could definitely be set on them for a while, and there's still some missions that we still need to do too. So, we don't have all the missions done yet, but it's still fine. I at least want to get all the missions done, because from what I remember, if you actually beat the Cookie Odyssey, or at least one chapter of it, and you manage to have some quills left over, they just get converted to crystals. So that's why I recommend doing all your missions. So with that being said, before I get started, I will be reading comments from the video, Chocolate Drizzle Cookie quote, story, and upgrading. And if you want to leave your questions and comments down in the comment section below for me to read on these videos, and feel free to do so, because it could be a random question, a random comment, a random fact, something about me, something about the game, something entirely different. It doesn't even matter, because as long as we're having a fun time at the end of the day, and we appreciate being around each other from community to creator and creator to community, then that's what matters the most. So, with that being said, just to get a quick comment out of the way, there's a comment that I see from RSNX saying, I like her only because her costume and she's my boyfriend's favorite cookie. Well, I mean, hey, that's how relationship statuses work. I have a lover, and guess what? Their favorite cookie is Rockstar Cookie, my favorite cookie is DJ Cookie. Rockstar Cookie and DJ Cookie have a rivalry with each other. So maybe it's just fate. Anyway, we're just going to go ahead and start this off with a back alley brawl, because apparently we need to go ahead and fold some cookies, but Financier Cookie is required. But the thing is, can't we just use our own? Because, yeah, use mine.
It's my time to shine!
I don't know if that does us any... Yeah, no, actually, that does us more because, you know, instead of being 4 or 5 star, she is now 1 star ascended. So that's pretty good. So we just got to take down a bunch of cookies in the white masks, and we should be all set from there. So let's go ahead and... let's just bend some people into proportion and get these plebs out of our way. Okay. This is a little cutscene first of all, so why not? Blasted white masks. Who are they, and who do they work for? Just how many of them are in their republic, and how far do they spread? I must get to the root of this. Of course, Financier casually getting to the root of all problems, and we're just gonna go ahead and shoot all of them with some good old arrows, while Financier defends it all. So we got this in the bag. I want to make sure I record this and also something else before I go back and do some OvenBreak recordings, because let's just say later on today I'm going to a party that's basically our get-together for my aunts and uncles, and it should be a pretty fun time because it's basically like a late Christmas party. So impeccable. That's going to be pretty fun. So hopefully this all goes to show, this all goes well, and we can all get... There's more fighting. Come on, why is this gotta drag all the way down? This feels like I'm being lured into a fighting trap. Come on, now we're fighting Shaka Mudtown. To be fair, it does give you some solid rewards, so I will take it. Still, anyway, doesn't matter. We gotta go ahead and fight this. I was really worried that Chapter 3 was gonna be like similar to the Tower of Sweet Chaos, where we just had to fight a bunch. Which, I mean, technically we are fighting a bunch, but, you know, this is different. Anyway, I shall uncover their secret this time. Divines, grant me wisdom and strength. Grant me the knowledge to distinguish good from evil. She even had the straight up sprite right there of her praying. Well, sheesh, if that isn't dedication, I don't know what is. Dark chocolate, just slay him. Just get rid of them, just fold them all. You know, let's go ahead and get some healings up from Parfait. Even though it's a little bit, they could definitely manage. Alright, get these plebs out of here. Is that the end? Or is there more fighting to be had? Because I swear. How many... Financier Cookie's mission 4! How many missions are these going to delve into? This is a whole side story by itself. Okay, so we're out. So, now we're forced to go into the Institute of Thaumaturgy. Kind of unfortunate how that just seemed to get left off by a cliffhanger, but maybe the more that we go into the story, the more that we'll have develop. I don't know, but quickly before we do that, we will read a few comments. Like there's one from Draco, which leaves a rather long comment saying, Chocolate Drizzle was pretty cool. I love the huge butter knife and her being the stone-faced oldest sister of the 3, but I also like her simply because of the fact that she's such a hater, and I love it. One of her level of quotes says, fighting for the greater good, that's cute. That quote set alone sold me. It feels so refreshing to see such a casual hater, but great video as always. Yeah, she's really just... Honestly, that's true. She's just a hater. I think after my reaction towards the story of me, like, having a whole rage fest within the last part of the story in regards to the Grand Cookie Cup, yeah, they're such haters. I hate them all. Platonically, anyway. let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's go to the Institute and see what they have to offer, because hopefully it's something smart and not stupid, but not too smart to the point where I feel insignificant.
Espresso cookie. I see that you are soldiering on with your research. I assumed that you would be resting, seeing how you've spent many sleepless nights.
Pardon? Ah, I am indeed resting at the moment. A brain cluttered with research can only be organized and refreshed with further research. I find this form of rest more than suitable.
I understand. How goes your progress with creating more magic candies?
I have replicated the process by using Espresso and succeeded in creating more. The next step is to test their usage with cookies other than I. Though, finding volunteers capable of using these new magic candies is proving somewhat difficult.
Your volunteers are right here.
Excuse me?
Volunteers for the next step of your research.
Are we going to use the magic candy now? I'm ready to take note of everything.
I'm ready to volunteer in these new experiments.
This is somewhat unorthodox, but... Very well. Let us begin immediately.
So, literally just his own researchers are gonna be the people volunteering? Well, I really hope that they know how... You know, the best thing that I can really ask for is just make sure the magic candies don't give them the power of forgetting anything. Like, just having sudden amnesia, because if that's the case, how the pleb can you remember anything and note down anything important? Well, I guess it just depends on, like, what the other researchers who are looking outside of the person using magic candy, you know, find out. That's tougher to track down. It's harder to track emotions than you would think. Anyway, we still have to go through another because we're still in the Institute of Thaumaturgy, so we gotta continue on with the lab research.
Espresso cookies magic candy? Fascinating.
It's a geometric and aesthetic masterpiece, and the aroma of coffee, astounding.
Shall we proceed?
Sir, yes, sir. So bitter. Why am I crying? Why is the bitterness making me cry?
This is new. My sight has never felt this sharp. My dough is quivering with energy. I feel like I can write thesis after thesis. Pure energy is flowing through every part of my body.
There seem to be some side effects. I think it is safe to postulate that only I can wield magic candy containing espresso.
Could you elaborate, please?
I am certain that wielders must share a common ingredient with their magic candy. This magic candy made of espresso does not merely resonate with my dough, it resonates with my very soul as well.
But such a range of diverse ingredients will be nigh impossible to collect if we are to create a vast number of magic candies, especially now, on the brink of war.
Theoretically, using the wrong ingredients may result in life-threatening side effects.
Why? Why is everything so bitter? I can taste my thoughts, and they're bitter too!
I feel like I can stay awake for a full week. No, a month.
Like I said.
We may indeed have to rethink our strategy.
Okay, so if anyone's wondering why the flavor profile is bitter, bitter is the worst, I'm pretty sure that explains it. Whoever was the first researcher cookie, they seemed like they were going through a nightmare. While the other one was just like, oh man, I can research everything. Then again, I feel like, if I'm gonna be honest here, I feel like, did I really misspell that? And I'm on much. Oh, let me just change this while I talk. Basically, I feel like what would make more sense is that getting a magic candy would have to be like a personalized experience. So basically, it would have to be like one person at a time who has the direct magic candy ingredients would do it. Like, if I wanted to give one to Madeleine, we would need Madeleine-specific ingredients, or Gingerbrave, I guess, basic cookie ingredients? I don't know. But we did go through a few cutscenes, so let's go back to some comments. Like, there's one from Red for Haradom saying, I love Chocolate Drizzle Cookie. I decided to download a Chocolate Drizzle Cookie wallpaper from my phone. Hey, you're like me when I first found out about DJ Cookie, which was like at the very start of Cookie Run. Great for you. And also, a comment from Alpha X Gamer says, she kind of reminds me of Maki from JJK, at least in the outfit. Oh, you mean the costume? Don't know what JJK is, but if it's something that you appreciate, then it's something that I appreciate. Hoping, at least. And lastly, Sonic Gamer left a comment saying, gotta love woman with glasses. I mean, if you're into it, then bloody you're into it, I guess. Anyway, let's go ahead and go over to either the Divine Sanctum or back at the Institute of Thaumaturgy, but it seems like not much seems to be going on considering the quill cost for the Institute Laboratory, so we may as well give this a gander as well. I already had 10 bags of sweet jellies, and I could still taste the bitterness! Oh no, you okay? At least I got the longer end of the stick. Look at him! I feel so alive! My eyes refuse to stay shut. That won't do. Just how bitter is Espresso Cookie's coffee? I think we need some nourishment that'll help us with all this caffeine. Could you help us? Sure, of course. I'm assuming this is a collection quest? Yeah, jelly berries. Of course, here you go. Here's your jelly berries. Oh, thanks so much. Look at all this sweet and yummy food. Let's dig in. Okay, well, at least we helped a few good old Samaritans. Because I didn't want them to be trapped in forever, like... I don't even know what to call what the second... Like, it seemed like research number 1 was going through paranoia. Research number 2 was just going through a high. A vision high. Where they could see 5D in just their eyes alone. Does that sound cool to deal with? I don't think I would want to wish that upon my worst enemy. Because they'd probably reverse engineer it and use it against me. Anyway, let's go to the Divine Sanctum, because that seems where more of the main story is happening, because, well, why the pleb not?
Light of the Divines, give me guidance. Your humble servant, Carnelay Cookie, prays before you. Guide us, our house Carnelay, down a path of sweets and fortune. Particularly coins, that is. Aid us, our house Carnelay, and I shall endure any trials and tribulations laid before me. My stomach was churning, my mind was in dismay, but prayer seems to have helped calm my nerves. Soul gem? Pah! Magic candy? Pah! All that nonsense has only benefited House Custard. Ah, just thinking about Custard Cookie and that conniving clotted cream cookie makes me retch. And that nosy, no good oyster cookie, poking around and asking too many questions. Ah, all this stress is making my dough brittle. Someone else is here in the Divine Sanctum? At this hour?
You! Found you!
You? White Mask? I heard you were captured by the city guard. How did you get here?
Providence always shows a way. We are blessed, protected, and guided in all moments.
You don't belong here. This is the Divine Sanctum. The light of the Divines watches over me.
We have news. A certain cookie has learned of your ties with us.
Huh?
If our deal is exposed, your house is finished. You have been warned.
What? How? Tell me. Be more specific. How much does this cookie know? Stop! I demand you to stop and tell me! No, no, no! This is bad. Oh, this is bad. If word gets out, no! My family will be done for.
Oh, it's her. No, she's not behind the white mask, but like she made a deal with them for something. Oh, but what is that? Means she's not the main antagonist, but she is an antagonist, which to be fair, by the looks of her, I'm gonna be honest, how she acted, totally expecting her to be a bad person. However, that still makes me suspect of, Custard, Elder Custard. Still thinking that they're the main person behind all this just for the gain of money. And using clotted cream. But, that's one of the main antagonists. Oh, that's a heavy bomb drop. But we have all the story events complete for day 1. So now we can actually go back, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're all done here. So, we are officially done. Well, just for day 1. So, oh my gosh, it seems like it's going to go on for a week with the progress bar that we have. But, whatever, we will end it here. Not the video, we'll probably go through like one more cutscene and then end the video, but still. Let's just read a comment before we go ahead and do that. Like, well, that comment is super long from Hela Ungaro saying, maybe the reason why they made the sisters talking about putting a lamo, chocolate drizzle, and green tea, gacha always way short. They made the poll short is because they're saving up the budget on Shadow Mode Kiki's gacha animation since he's scheduled to release next year. Okay, and there's a lot more in regards to that comment, but, Interesting. It goes on about how the master of the sisters is Dark Enchantress cookie, and a bunch of other things. It is a really long comment. I would love to get into it, but there's just so many other comments I gotta get to, even though there's not many, but like I feel like that'd hold up the video by like 3 or more minutes. So still, thank you for the comment though. Anyway, let's end it. Day 2. In which we immediately start with Mansion Custard. Oh boy, this is already immediately going to get juicy. Is Canel like immediately gonna go to like Custard go like, the jig is up, and Custard's like, what? Oh no, we're gonna get caught. Because this is starting to get really, really spicy.
Consul, sir, the delegation seeks an audience.
Hey, busy?
Not at all, my friends.
Doesn't matter. Would've talked to you even if you were busy. We're gonna get ready to take the Soul Jam back.
With the success of creating magic candies, it is time we take the Soul Jam back home.
My friends, I deeply regret to inform you that we will need to continue research on the Soul Gem for just a while longer.
What? You scoundrel! I knew you were hiding something!
Allow me to elaborate. The magic candy created so far can only be wielded by Espresso cookie alone. For others, the magic candy is merely the bitterest of espresso-flavored candy. Our goal from the very start was to share the Soul Gem's power with mini cookies, was it not? Therefore, we have no choice but to continue our research.
How much longer do you need?
I trust that it will not be long. All available resources and staff at the Institute of Thaumaturgy are being dedicated to the effort.
Hey! Psst! Wildberry cookie! What do we do?
The goal was clear from the very beginning. Sharing the power of Soul Jam with many. Returning home with the Soul Jam now will make this impossible.
The ancient heroes wouldn't want that. Would they?
I believe not.
Then I guess we gotta agree. But let's not make it seem that easy. Ahem. All right. Looks like there's only one answer. We'll let you keep researching the Soul Jam for now, but it needs to be kept safe. And returned in perfect condition. Not a single scratch, you hear? Or I'll have my wolf chase you down!
Thank you for your understanding, my friends.
Yeah, luckily it didn't have anything to do with Elder Custard, because whenever he appears on the screen, I seem to have a mental breakdown of anger. But that's just a common. So I'll just read the rest. What I'm gonna do, I'll read the rest of the comments I see available. We'll do this last cutscene back at the Institute of Thaumaturgy, and then we will end the video, because I think that'd be a decent video's length. There's a comment from Leonard Geode saying, question of the day, she's really cool. I think she's the favorite of the Team Drizzle sisters. Or you just, you know, the sisters, which I would say is pretty efficient, but when I did a vote on them in my community post, it was relatively equally balanced, with basically Chocolate Drizzle having 30%, Pudding a la Mode having 30%, and Green Tea having 40%. So even though green tea was the majority, it was nearly balanced. Also, Mortem left a comment saying, question of the day, when it comes to taste, too straightforward, not bitter enough. Well, I guess if that's the case, then why the pleb not? I mean, it is just chocolate. It's just a drizzled chocolate. It's not going to be that much. But also, another comment from Smart and Sparrow says, the character reminds me of Sashi from Pen Zero Part-Time Hero, the girl who wore the specs. Well, of course, if she has glasses, then why the pleb not? And the last comments I do see come from Carrie Lalius Gamer again, which I thought I said. Oh, it's another smaller comment saying at 135, oh, superhero landing, get the reference? If only I did, then I probably wouldn't, I still wouldn't understand, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's all the comments for the video, so let's go ahead and do this very last cutscene inside of the Institute of Thaumaturgy to do some more research.
I think it is safe to say my hypothesis has been proven. The ingredients of both user and magic candy must resonate with each other to make full usage of its power and avoid any ill side effects. Sugar has its limits. It cannot be concentrated and compressed any further.
What if we use something instead of sugar?
Something harder than compressed sugar.
With a smooth surface.
And already in the shape of a sphere.
What about pearls? Pearls are perfect spheres, inherently pure and smooth. And most of all, pearls are significantly more resilient than any candy or dough.
But pearls are very expensive. For our experiments, we'll need an almost endless number of pearls.
Leave that to me.
Whoa, is the consul rich? He's rich, right? Is he that rich?
That's not the point. I have an idea as to where we can find large amounts of pearls.
I'm assuming. Okay, man or oyster. Why do my instincts instantly just go to? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the muddy seas and we're just gonna fish. Didn't make any sense, but I think going to man or oyster makes a lot more sense. Anyway, we'll save that to the next video because I don't know what to name this one. I think I exactly know what to name it, but that'll be for later. So for now, if you enjoyed the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share the video with your friends if you enjoy my Kick Run content, and if you enjoy my content in general, then why not subscribe, and also hit the bell icon to be notified of whatever I do in the future, and also down below in the description, you'll see links to all of my social media, which includes a Twitter post where if it gets 10,000 likes, I get the Kick Run YouTube staff for absolutely free. There's a link to my Discord server called the Hypenese Hub, a link to my merchandise so you can buy stuff to represent the channel, and lastly, a link to my Ko-fi where for just $1 a month, you can see exclusive content they wouldn't normally see in this normal YouTube channel. But above all else, I will see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hypenese!